Welcome back. Ever since Captain Centos was revealed, this guy, you know this guy? We talked about this guy. It's Pedro Cantor, except it's not, technically. He's just painted very much like... I mean, is it just me? I mean, I know it's not just me. In the comments, people were literally like, that Ultramarine armour is kind of dark. It's very Crimson Fists coloured. And I'll be honest, I kind of see it. I see it too. And so many people said they were just going to turn him into Pedro Cantor that all I can think of is Pedro Cantor when I see him now. So, well done on that one. Ever since he was revealed, however, there's been something on my mind a little bit, because this is a classic Space Marine that's now had two reimaginings. One 25 years after it was first revealed, because he started out as the Space Marine captain from 1991, and then he was a store anniversary milestone. I think it was 100 stores in North America milestone model. Became a named character, Captain Santos, in 2016? 2016, yes, it was 2016. I can remember dates. Well, I can remember those 2 years. That's pretty much it. Now he's got a new version, and it got me thinking. I would quite like at least one other classic Space Marine to be updated. And this is an entirely selfish request. This is all me. This is all something that I would like. And it is something that they've technically already done. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking we don't need more Space Marines. And to be fair, generally speaking, I agree with you. I think we do have enough Space Marines to be going on with for the moment. We've got a good number. I mean, we've got at least 50 lieutenants just by themselves, which one would argue is more than enough. I don't think it's actually 50, but I also think it's more than you think it is. It's a lot. The thing is, we have already had kind of an updated version of this, because we have this guy. This is a Warsmith, an Iron Warriors Warsmith, and he is undoubtedly very cool, even if his hammer is hilariously oversized. And just why? Why is it that big? How does he move it? Does it even do anything when he does move it? How good is his mobility to be able to swing that thing in the first place? These are all questions to which we don't have the answer. Does he use the big servo arm on top to help swing the hammer? Is that how he uses it? We don't know. We don't know, and we don't care. The fact is, he's a big wall of iron, he's got a giganto hammer, and that is enough for me, right? I quite like this model. I think it looks pretty damn cool. And the fact is, it is a Warsmith. They've said it's a Warsmith, it's being sold as a Warsmith, and so that's a Warsmith. The thing is, for me, even though I do love it, even though I appreciate it a lot, it's not the Warsmith. It's not the Warsmith that I remember. It's not the Warsmith that I have, because this is the Warsmith. And honestly, between the two, yes, this one is obviously a lot more detailed, it's a lot more crisp, there's a lot more going on. This one holds a special place in my heart, and it always will. It always will. I mean, this one admittedly is painted. I think this is one of the stock images from the Games Workshop website way back in the day. Mine does not look like this. In fact, mine looks like this. I would love to tell you what I was thinking when I decided that I didn't like the way I'd painted it, sprayed it black, and then for some reason started putting red on one of the legs. I'd love to let you know. I think at some point maybe I thought, well, Tech Marines are red, so maybe I can incorporate some of that. I don't know. The fact is, I'd never got any further than this when it came to repainting this miniature, and he's languished. He's languished in the loft, inaccessible for many, many years. And the other day, I found him again. I've found him a couple of times over the years. But this time round, I found him, and I sort of sat there, and then I looked more and more, and I thought to myself, I actually would quite like an updated version of this, similar to this lad. I would really like that, because while this is cool, it's very, very different, right? It's a totally different interpretation. In fact, the main things that are the same are the fact that they're called the Warsmith and they've got a big servo arm. This is a very, very different model. And yes, we're going back to the one that Games Workshop painted as opposed to one that I painted because I didn't finish painting mine again. This has just got something about it, updated, perhaps in some Mark II, with the same, prosthetic limbs. You can't tell me that that wouldn't look incredible. With how they're making models these days, with how they're sculpting them, with how good they look, how clean every edge and line is, you can't tell me that this wouldn't look so good when properly updated. There's just so many little things I love about this model. The stance is fantastic. I like the fact that you can see the cables and stuff on the bionic like prosthetic leg. The fact you've got that like exposed piston down the side, the joint, the wires that wrap round and go into the waist looks super hardcore. The symbol on the chest is perhaps a little mushy for today's standards, but it wouldn't look like that if it was done today. It would look clean and clear. I love the fact that we don't just have the big servo arm on top, but the prosthetic arm on the other side ends in this like spiky, grippy claw thing. It looks so menacing. Also, having the arm coming out of the power pack and having one side with the normal vent, but then the other side being this sort of rotating hinge mechanism, that is another touch I absolutely love. There's more detail on the back of that right leg as well. There's more cabling, there's more little servos and stuff. The helmet has that extra line of detail with the cable going down the side of it. Oh, I just love this model. I've loved it since I first saw it, and I've continued loving it ever since. This is one of those ones where every now and again I'll just randomly stumble across a picture or just think about it whilst looking at another model. There'll be some sort of detail that sticks out and I'm like, oh, that kind of reminds me of. And I would love this to come back. I would love this to be updated. And when I say updated, I don't mean updated in the way it kind of has been currently, where we've got something completely different. I mean updated in the same way that Captain Centos has gone from that 1991 Space Marine all the way up to Pedro Cantor reincarnated. It's an entirely selfish want. It's an entirely selfish desire to have this specific model brought into this year. But at the same time, I feel like it would look absolutely brilliant. Scaled up, properly proportioned, using some of that Mark II goodness, it would look absolutely killer. And I want to see it. A selfish want, not even a need, just a selfish want that I haven't been able to get out of my head since I noticed this guy hiding on top of my paint rack over there, just lightly obscured. And having seen him again, I just kind of want a newer version. And by a new version, I kind of mean just this again. But my question for you is, if you could have one model updated, just one, maybe it's an iconic model that they never did anything with, maybe it's something that really no one thinks of, just a random throwaway, maybe one guy out of a squad that you just happen to really like the design of. What would you pick? Let me know in the comments down below. In the meantime, feel free to click all the things. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you for the next one.